155 for 8 is what Mumbai have managed on a Wankhede pitch, which is known to be producing a lot of runs. So, by the looks of it, first look, it does seem like a below par total. Only one half centurion in Will Jacks for Mumbai Indians, that despite getting a lot of chances. Highest wicket taker had to be only one bowler. After you've given him his full quota of 4 overs, finally, Gujarat realized Sai Kishore got his 4 overs, picks up 2 wickets and a wicket apiece for the rest of the bowlers. Okay, how is it looking like?
Very under par. I think you saw the game that they played, MI versus SRH right here. SRH also couldn't get going. They wound up with about 160. Mumbai chased it down.
12 overs.
No, they had to struggle towards the fag and they lost wickets. I think it chased about 15-16 overs, but then they lost wickets.
16.4.
16.4. But then it's looking on this similar lines only. What discipline shown by the Gujarat Titans bowlers, especially Arshad Khan. Then you look at Ravi Srinivas, Sai Kishore. Rashid Khan finally coming back to form. What a spell he had. He troubled all the Mumbai Indians batters. I think he had a stretch, where he wanted 3 DRS decisions in a row. But then that, it didn't go in his favour. So, the spinners and Gujarat Titans' discipline has ensured Mumbai are way under par on this week.
Today this Mumbai Indians batting that was firing on all cylinders looked fallible on multiple counts. And while there was only one half centurion, look at all other top order batters. They were having a hard time. Now, were there...
Let's just look at that scorecard.
Were there demons in the pitch? No. Yeah. But what there was good execution from the Gujarat bowlers. There was a plan for everyone. There was a plan.
The phone number of the Mumbai Indians leads 2771-781. That is the phone number. The rest, look at it, 3 guys in the double figures. The highest strike rate is 151.
5 guys. 5 guys in the top 7.
Yeah. Just look at it. 53 of 35, 35 of 24. Even Surya struggled.
So what happened to the famed Mumbai batting line?
I think they're at least firstly 70 runs short on this.
70?
Yeah.
You're not giving them any chance?
No, I'm giving them a chance, but as far as par total is concerned, I think winning
if you're calling them 70 run short, then obviously not getting them. Giving
20% chance I'm giving them.
For 70 run short?
70 run short, it can't be 20%.
How much can it be?
It can be 0.5%, maybe if you're 70 short.
Max.
If 70 short, yeah. If you thought they are 30 run short or whatever.
50 run short. 50 runs short by the par total. And I'm giving them 20%. The only thing is, I think the Gujarat Titans, Shubman Gill or Ashish Nehra, whoever it was, the utilization of the 2 spinners was very, very good. It was so spot on that both of them bowled in tandem. And even they realized that there is bounce on the wicket and Rashid Khan really hit the right lengths. And Sai Kishore, we know, is capable of doing that. So I think the utilization of the 2 spinners was absolutely terrific. After you got those wickets early on up top, after that they did not let a Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Will Jacks or Hardik Pandya unleash. You know, once they start hitting with that momentum, it's easier for them to keep on hitting. But those 2 spinners came at that time, bowled their overs together, bowled their full quota of their overs and made sure that the runs get choked and then the wickets side by side.
You know, a good indication of whether there are demons on the wicket comes from the mode of dismissals that happened. There wasn't any outstanding delivery, like it cut back in sharply or there was swing in the air that ensured. You look at it, most played lofted shots. And the kind of lofted shots that they mistimed, it seems to suggest that there is a lot of spongy mounts. They are not able to counter the mounts on the wicket in Wankhede, which is a bit too paced.
I thought it was outstanding captaincy or tactical thing. I'll tell you why. Because not often do you see both mid-on and mid-off up for most of the time. They had them. And I forget, maybe they got 3 or 4 wickets with that route. Why did that happen? Because they entice those batters to go straight, take advantage of that. That's where they hold out, because their main scoring area for Mumbai has been square of the wicket mostly at the Wankhede. They do that very well, whether it's a Sky, whether it is a Namandir, whether it is a Rohit Sharma, all of them are. Today they tried to choke that. And what did they say? Okay, fine, go straight. And they could have very well gone that, but then to start with, they tried to use the swing, bowl a little full up, and that helped. But later on started bowling short of length. Even if you see their spinners, Sky had to really dance down the wicket to get to the ball. So they covered that. What I'm saying is that the GT team per se, a combination of the captain, and the coach came with some outstanding plan. But you can come up with outstanding plans provided you have the personnel to execute it. And I think they're lucky enough to be having those sort of personnel in their bowling lineup
They're
overall.
also lucky, I would
and
say,
that's the result that they've got
having
it for that
dropped
match.
big catches on 3 occasions and then restricting
Two
Mumbai
of Jacks.
155. So not often do you see such a scenario where you're sloppy in the field, but somehow you're able to collectively put in an effort and restrict a team like Mumbai that are completely on song at the moment, get restricted to 155. I thought there was just superb planning. You were very, very clear what lengths you had to bowl. Today was more about lengths than about what line you wanted to target batters on. So the lengths were very clear. Look at the dismissal of Rohit Sharma. That sums up the entire planning. A left arm seamer was brought on. Rohit Sharma and his troubles with left armers is well known. He was struggling, but you knew what Rohit Sharma would do to try and get out of jail, and that was a get out of jail shot that he went for, trying to make room, trying to play the ball over the infield, and doesn't manage to clear the 30-yard circle. So there was a plan, and that plan was to bowl certain lengths, and the execution was just top notch.
And Siraj's been on point for them all throughout the season. He has continued to pick wickets in his first couple of overs, and I think that has just added on. And then the spinners weren't in the peak of their forms, but now I think Rashid Khan is back in form. Sai Kishore they used well today.
Imagine, again I'm going back to it, imagine having a first slip for Hardik Pandya at
And,
that stage.
Catching square leg.
Exactly.
So leave it on.
Yeah.
I mean, it clearly was a lot of thought that the team had given and how to, and see, it kind of worked where Hardik wanted to, stamp his authority and goes for that slog and gets caught at slip, maybe not in the way that probably Gujarat would have imagined. Of course, they got that slip for a wicket. But all in all, outstanding effort from the Gujarat.
Did any of the Mumbai Indians batters use their feet to tackle spin? I mean, dance down the track?
Sky did.
But
To an
I felt
extent.
today Sky was a little over reliant on the sweep today. We see him use the square quite a lot and use the ramp. I don't think I saw the ramp too much, but the only way of tackling spinners, at least for Sky, because he spent quite a lot of time in the middle, all of 4 overs, was to just try and sweep the ball. That's what I thought. But that both Will Jacks and Sky were just overdoing a bit, and they weren't really innovative in the stroke play.
But that is the way how Surya bats.
No,
See,
Surya
the
plays-
get out of jail shot is the
But
sweep.
Siddharth Surya, you will see at times dance down the track, make some room, play the ball over the infield as well.
He did that. In fact, the moment where he got out also, Sky
Was
was
that-
just trying to do that. He just miscued
Mistimed,
it.
yeah.
But I think the length was so spot on by Rashid Khan that you had no other option. You could not have come a step down.
Same with Sai
and
Kishore.
Sai Kishore
They
we know
followed
na,
that
yeah.
length to ensure that they don't. It's that confusing length where
In
you
between
don't
the good and the full length.
where you can't really rock back, where you can't even get it in your zone. So you'll have to use your feet. And if you see the first boundary that Sky hits, where he tries to use his feet, he still bowls it a bit shorter. But credit to Sky, also manages to connect it and get a 4. But then eventually he
The
gets
one
him
that he
out as
bowled
well.
a bit wide.
Yeah.
Because somewhere down the line, I felt that this is a summation of where the batters' spin bowling capabilities are kind of on the wane. I mean, not many people use them. For example, if you feel that the spinner has bowled slightly slower through the air, normally if a batter senses it, he would dance down the track and loft him straight, right? I mean, look at Navjot Singh Sidhu. The best player to ever played spin, when I look at it. Dancing down the deck, lofting him straight down the ground. Today in the modern era, not many are willing to do that.
No, Gill does it.
Shubman Gill,
Shreyas
but
Iyer does it.
Shreyas is much more of a in the crease. He's in the crease, whack, mid wicket.
No. He uses his feet really well against the spinner.
Prior
and
to-
even Shubman Gill.
Shubman Gill again, but
Yashasvi as well uses his feet.
Okay, I want to do 2 comments. Karthik Case feels that MI will still win, and JM says, I would like to see GT 20 for 2 or something today. Nobody give this a thought, because if you take a look at GT's batting, if you've got a Shah Rukh Khan at number 4 right now, and maybe they get in a Washington Sundar or a Shafin Rutherford, even if they do, to have a Shafin Rutherford at 4 and Shah Rukh at 5 and Tewatia at 6, is not the best batting lineup at the moment.
See,
if you were to lose those wickets up
remove
top.
the top three,
Yeah.
then you actually don't know. It doesn't even become GT light. It becomes something else, and we haven't seen much of that happen. So it's at this point a little difficult to imagine them losing that top three. But that rainy day could come any day.
The only advantage for GT is that today, because it's a below par total, they don't really need to risk it. And in that case, a Sai Sudarshan and a
Those two
Shubman
anyway
can
don't play
take
high
no.
risk shots.
It's a different game. No, if you're chasing 220, you have to go for it. So if you get a par total or an above par total, you have no option but to attack. And in that sense, they end up losing wickets. With this total, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
out of
just
the
play to the
extraordinary.
merit of the ball.
Correct. Just yeah, exactly. Be conservative. Runs will automatically come. Yeah. And if you're there for 10 overs, by the time you're so set that you will take the game through.
I'm just saying, they anyway are batters who the risk-taking appetite is very low with the two of them. That's not to say they play slow or anything, but they're just too good in terms of punishing the odd ball, in terms of finding the gaps with safe strokes as well. The other day in that GT RCB match, I think Sai Sudarshan had hit more fours than Virat Kohli, and there was just this odd stat about how he is. In fact, I think he scored more boundaries than a Virat Kohli as well in this season. So again, that's the kind of batters that the two are. They will punish the odd ball. They're very good at finding gaps, and today anyway it's a chase on the platter for them where they don't have to do anything different.
Shubman Gill has played with that intent all throughout the season. He's striking at 167 if I'm not wrong. We can check also once. But I think it's 100.
GGK says that GT has no middle order. Get early wickets and MI win.
I mean, 73% of Gujarat
GGK is a
Rohit fan,
Rohit
Mumbai
Sharma
fan. Yeah. But look at it. GT's total number of runs, 1983 runs that they have scored in IPL, 73% has been hit by the top three. 73%. Now
they will have a bad day.
Yes, that is the thing. Whether it will happen today or whether it will happen on some other day, we don't know. But
I think today should be the day, because at least there aren't too many runs that need to be chased.
But remember,
then you want them to lose. Why would they want to lose? Achha, you're saying three can have a bad day and they can still win.
Yeah.
You know,
I still feel
there is the trend. If you look at all the 6 MI-GT encounters, if GT chase it down, it will be the first time ever they have won by wickets. Every single time the team batting first has won, MI-GT. 4-2, it's GT's advantage was MI. But all the games have been won by runs. GT won by this many runs, MI won by this.
First.
Yes. It'll be the first time a team chasing would have won in this encounter. So, we really don't know at this stage what's going to happen. So, yeah, 73% by the top three. 25% by Sai Sudarshan, 24% by Josh Butler, 23% by Shubman Gill. That is how, this is the greatest top three in the history of IPL.
That's almost an even split.
Today, even if they don't get that 73 and the top three fail, they only need to get about 27% of the runs needed on this ground to win. So the remaining batting lineup can step up and...
Exactly. So,
Sai Sudarshan can have his orange cap back as well today.
yes, he can.
Yeah, he's only one run.
He was, but now Surya has it, no?
But as I said, in their case, they just need to play their game today. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, but having said that, you can play a conservative sort of a game. But then if you're a bowler like Jasprit Bumrah, then
does Jasprit Bumrah
he can get the wicket despite you being conservative as well.
I'm just saying, does Jasprit Bumrah and his co-bowlers, do they have enough to be having their tails up right now at the halfway stage and believing that they can still turn things around? Are there enough runs? At times, the bowlers look at the scorecard as well, right?
Even with 70-80 runs, every bowler thinks that they can, because everybody has an opportunity to be the hero on that day, bowler especially. So I think today runs are okay, not too low also. Na? It's not like
70 under par, na?
10 run short. Yeah, they are, but again, you never know. Cricket is a funny game.
Okay, we'll see. We'll take your leave.
Everybody changing their predictions because a lot of us had Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, I'm changing.
No. Who had Mumbai Indians?
I had Mumbai.
You had Mumbai. You didn't have Mumbai.
He had
you
GT.
had Mumbai.
No, I had 50-50.
yesterday
You
also.
forgotten.
Yeah, 50.
I had
Today
MI.
also. Yesterday was the final. We were doing it for the
Yeah.
Today you can still pick a winner.
No, for me, I had said GT will finish above MI any day.
I'm changing my prediction. It's GT.
I even yesterday and
Mr.
today,
Birla.
I never.
I'm.
He had picked Mumbai, I know.
Yeah.
No.
Yesterday and
Opportunity
He's
to
picked
change.
Mumbai to win all three.
Ah,
All three, all five then.
All three. 5? No. 3. I had
Well,
predicted,
get-
but I think now Gujarat Titans is in their radar. They should win it.
There was not 200 plus.
okay. See you guys soon.
Yep. Post match.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That's when answer all your questions as well.